Shalom, Shalom Israel. I'm my brother Benaiah coming to you with a lesson. But let us first start off by giving all honor, all glory, all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rukakodash. Double honors to our apostles, prophets, and teachers of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and who are the true servants of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Now, I haven't really settled on a name for this lesson as yet. And Abaratazar willing, time I'm finished and I'm about to post the lesson up, the Rukakodash is going to give me a name for the lesson. Now, we want to talk about the oppressor, the so-called YT man, who seems to think that the earth is his. You know, he goes about stealing, raping, pillaging, robbing. And he has colonized every square inch of the earth. He have erased people who were native to certain lands, to these lands, and took it over as his own, and even has the unmitigated gall to say it always belonged to him, and he given out certain portions of land as if he's doing people favors. Now, while you listen to this here, right? While you listen to this here.
The United States government is offering you a piece of land of your own.
We have our own land.
No, it's not yours. It's the U.S. government's.
Did they buy it?
No,
Did they trade for it?
it's not like that.
Then how can they own it? He has a point.
So you're seeing, they didn't buy the land, they didn't trade for it, it was not given to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai as an inheritance, yet they claim ownership of it. These are the people that went throughout the earth removing the ancient landmarks and taking over people's territories, taking over people's cultures. They stole everyone's territory, everyone's culture. So how could it not be, according to scripture, where it said Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is beginning that follow it, where we would have those who are saying the so-called whitey man is not the Edomites, he's not Esau, when everything he does fulfill prophecy. Let's go into the scriptures. This is Micah chapter 2, reading from verse 1 onward. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands." Who has the power on the earth today and decreeing all these various laws and policies that bring oppression to everyone on the earth, especially the children of Yasharallah? It's the so-called whitey man. Verse 2, "And they covet fields and take them away by violence." So the video you just read, where the two white man is offering the Gadite, saying that the U.S. government is going to give them a piece of land. How could you give somebody a piece of land that belonged to them? How? Showing you and proving that the scripture was right. They are the ones with the power. They are the ones who was coveting fields and lands and taking them by violence. They are the colonizers. So imagine the colonizers is taking away your own property, your own land, and then want to give you a little piece if you cooperate with them. I mean, come on. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Because they are not only land thieves, they are cultural vultures, cultural thieves. They want to accuse us, the Israelites, because we fit the curses, we fit prophecy, And they want to tell us we doing what is known as cultural appropriation. We're trying to take on the identity of a different people that is not we own. You see, if you're not studied, if you're not learned, you will fall prey and victim to their ideology of iconoclasm, where you would think that the scriptures is speaking about them, that they are the Israelites, when they are not. They don't fit prophecy pertaining to Israel. The prophecy, what they fit, is proving that they are Esau, Edom. They are the true violent man on the face of the earth. Disregard all the statistics they try to put forth to paint the narrative that we Israelites are the violent of the earth, when they are. They would use statistics to show black on black crime and say, look how violent we are. But do you have any idea on a daily how many Salakia, men and women they kill on a daily with just the signing of a pen, where they taking a pen and they signing the name on documents that give authority to unalive mass number of people. And yet, they're going to take and swing statistics to make it appear that we are the violent on the earth. We cannot be trusted. We is only violence. Scripture says Esau was given the blessing of the sword. He says by his sword he shall do what? Enjoy the fatness of the earth. So it's no coincidence that they are the people going around stealing lands, because it's in the power of their hands to do so. They are in rulership as we speak. This is the reason why they have been drafting all these draconian policies to favor themselves and their interests. This is why pertaining to the MOTB, they know that this is the last of their reign. But they are trying and hoping with the MOTB, they could change and rewrite prophecy. That's what the hope is. That is why the scripture talks about when the enemy comes in as a flood. And that is what he's doing. He's gearing up to come in as that mighty wave, that mighty flood, to destroy the children of Israel, because he believed, when you go to Psalms 83, that stopping us from being a people to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai would somehow change. Esau Edom is hoping you don't realize who you are. So every one of their policies is drafted in mind to eradicate the children of Israel. So they try to make you think that they're doing you favors, that they care about you. Scripture said never trust your enemy, because as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Esau, Edom, and the other heathen nations are not capable of anything good. And if they do anything that is seemingly good, it is with a goal in mind. A goal in mind to destroy the children of Israel. They don't ever do anything out of the goodness of their heart, because they have no goodness in their heart. That's why the scriptures also said, as soon as the wicked are born, they go off speaking lies. And if you remember the video that I just showed, they were speaking lies. They were claiming lands to be theirs when it never was. When you look at Christopher Columbus claiming to have discovered the Americas, how could you discover a land that was already inhabited, that already had people? There's an old saying, history is written by the conquerors. And because they were the conquerors, they rewrite history, change up the books to put everything in favor of them. This is how you know the Bible could not have been written by the so-called white man, because he would not have made himself to be the villain. Let's go to Psalms 18 verse 48. It says, He delivered me from mine enemies, yea, thou liftest me up above those that rise up against me. Thou hast delivered me from the violent man. And we read it in Micah. And when you go back to Genesis, when it talking about Esau's blessing, Esau was given the blessing of the sword. And we all know what a sword is used for. So who else could be the violent man? Jacob wasn't given the blessing of the sword. Esau was given the blessing of the sword. Were the other nations given the blessing of the sword to live from of the sword? No, it was Esau, Edom. So the only people on earth who fit prophecy of being the violent man is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. I was watching a show with one of the brothers. I think it's called American Gods. There was a scene where an Edomite woman was saying murder is in her DNA. Violence is in her DNA. These people are the violent man that the Bible speaks of. This is Psalms 140 verse 1. Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. Esau, Edom was created to be evil. He was created to be the wicked. So David is asking the Father to deliver him from the evil man. The evil man is Esau, Edom. The violent man is Esau, Edom. The chief of the evil and the violent man is Esau, Edom. Now we be real. We have 2/3 of our own people who are going to be behaving like Esau, Edom, being violent towards their own people. This is Psalms 140 verse 4. Keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. What does Babylon, the great America, do when you are not on board with what the things they want to do? They declare you a terrorist state and they place sanctions on you, and then they send the operatives secretly to unalive you, or they gather your enemies and equip your enemies with weapons to come against you. This is how wicked these people are. And they're so bold-faced, so brazen-faced, and so covetous in nature that everything that belongs to anyone else, they want to take it. Do you know that it is illegal in America, and I'm seeing they're adopting this policy in my country as well, that it is illegal to collect rainwater, for you to have tanks or drums or any means in which you could collect natural rainwater. Do you know it's illegal? You can face fine and a jail time. They believe they own everything. This is why, pertaining to climate change, they want to impose a climate change tax for breathing. Oh, you're breathing out too much of carbon dioxide, and you're putting a strain on the earth, and it have too much cows on the earth, so we have to get rid of. I mean, come on, people. Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, who created everything, has the power to sustain everything. But you see Esau, Edom, trying to be like the Most High. This is why he yearns for that power and that control. This is why his system that he is creating, known as the New World Order, involve total surveillance of every person on the planet. And how would he achieve that total surveillance? By inserting into people's body something known as the RFID chip. But we have foolish camps and foolish Israelites who cannot see through the spirit that the mark of the beast is indeed the RFID chip. So you know what's going to happen? A lot of them is going to take it. A lot of you Israelites is going to take it. Because you have the spirit of deep slumber. A lot of you Israelites is as if all you don't even know who all your enemy is. All you look at all your enemy as the prophets and teachers who teaching all of this truth. All you view them as the enemy. All you want to embrace a man who is known as the wicked and the violent on the earth, who have no love for Yahweh B'Ashem Yahushai, and have no love for you, and all you want to embrace him as a brother, treat him as a friend, when all he has in his mind and his heart towards you is evil. He views you as his foe. If he did care about you, why hasn't he made any meaningful change in the policies that govern the earth, where you are oppressed and they are above you? Why he hasn't made any change in those policies? Because the reality is he always wants you to be at the bottom. You are a slave, and he intends to keep you as a slave. What you think paying taxes is? Paying taxes is proof you're a slave. Paying VAT on items is proof that you're a slave. Imagine the taxing you for rainwater. Imagine that. Now it's illegal in Babylon the Great to grow your own food. And when you fail, just like remember that video we watched to the start of the lesson, what you think they're going to do to that Gadite? Seeing as how he not on board with their program. They're going to find someone who on board with their program and replace him. How they're going to replace him? By unaliving him. This is what they do. They are truly a violent and a covetous and envious people. And thank Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, he is going to put an end to it. It says, this is Psalms 140, verse 11, let not an evil speaker be established in the earth. Evil shall hunt the violent man to throw him down. And the Father has pronounced evil against Esau Edom. Those evils being his judgment. How he's going to meet his end. So the Father has no intention to establish Esau Edom in the earth. That is why in Malachi chapter 1 from verses 2 to 4, it talk about Esau Edom will build, but he shall throw down. And let's go to the last precept, Proverbs chapter 16, verse 29. A violent man enticeth his neighbor and leadeth him into the way that is not good. Remember I said earlier, when Esau Edom realized you're not on board with his program, he's going to find someone who is on board with it. And he's going to use that person to replace you. And he's going to continuously have you in a state where you're doing evil. And we have Jakes who willingly sold out their soul to be on board with Esau's system, to receive a little paycheck, to receive a little perks in his kingdom. Look at the entertainers today, the sporting personalities, those persons in Hollywood who are Israelites. What are they doing? So they are on board with Esau's system and his agenda and are agents for Esau to deceive their own people. They trade their own people. They're not about caring for their brothers and sisters and waking them up to what the truth is. They have been set up to keep their brothers and sisters in bondage, mental bondage. How is it one Israelite sporting personality could make $40-50 million a year and still do nothing to uplift his community, do nothing to uplift his brother and his sister who are suffering? You tell me that. Because they are not allowed to. Even the money that they have don't belong to them. It belongs to Esau Edom. And pertaining to the video, they want to be the Most High. They want to control every facet of a person's existence. They want to tell you when to go to bed, when to rise, when to eat. Why do you think you have a timing for breakfast, a timing for lunch, a timing for dinner? That is what they set up. And you're telling me all you're free, all you're not free. These people are the oppressors of the earth. They are the violent man that the scriptures speak of. And if you cannot see this by now, it's because you are in a spirit of deep slumber. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'm your brother Abaniah saying shalom till the next lesson.